It's very hard to take a picture of.
Adam Vicker.
Adam Vicker, deck name. Adam Vicker is piloting a deck that, in the deck name portion of his registration sheet, he's put Adam Vicker. Which is funny because number one, that's his name, not his deck name. And number two, he misspelled his own name.
If you look up here, he clearly likes Vickers.
Yeah, in the name portion, he got Vickers correct. But in the deck name portion, he spelled Vicker incorrect.
Okay, so we're off. Fast start.
Mm-hmm. So a turn 1 Doom Traveler met by a turn 1 Stromkirk Noble. And this is one of those instances where the oft overlooked can't be blocked by humans portion of the game. It's going to come into play.
Not a bad start.
Legion Loyalist.
Italian against his deck. His plan was Lingering Souls. That's a pretty good play. Oh.
Is he at 19? Or is he at 19? Yeah. This is a pretty good mull to 5, isn't it? He's going to jump out the Legion Loyalist.
Gain a life, lose a life. He's at 18.
Yeah, they're getting there.
No, that was the trigger that he used.
19.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, whatever.
Serve in with everybody. Trigger your battalion on Borg's Legionnaire.
Okay. Still doing that.
Sacking the Cartel Aristocrat to save it.
3 from that. 3 from that and 2 from that. Taking an 8.
There we go. I think they corrected.
Yeah. There we go.
The very first turn Doom Traveler. So we got a 4/4 Stromkirk, a 2/2 Rakdos Cackler, but the first strike ability from the Legion Loyalist is
He's just looking to play that Souls that's probably rotten in his hand right now.
So he's going to sacrifice one of his Blood Artists. So he's going to take...
Stack it, take net nothing, he loses 2. Right?
Well, it has Trample. The 4/4 has Trample.
That is right.
When it all settles, Alec is down to 5.
It's funny that a 1/1 Goblin gives Trample with the Battalion. I always forget that.
He's down to 3.
Yes, Trample goes through if the blocker isn't there anymore. Crazy thing.
He played that Temple Garden untapped.
He's not sure.
We got there. Alright. They were just counting up the damage. Alec had registered the 2 shock. It just hadn't shown up yet on the life counter. Like, Alec was aware he played that untapped. Because as soon as I walked out there, he's like, I was at 3, wasn't I?
Yeah, okay.
So, that's the problem. That is the one problem with my current streaming setup that I wish I could, sort out, which is a better way of keeping track of life totals, but still no.
Maybe need spotters like Star City.
Yeah, I'll just pay a small coverage crew.
Misrepresenting life total, not necessarily. You just hadn't.
No, it wasn't misrepresenting life totals at all. It was just that the life total had been adjusted on something other than the iPod, which I used to do my stupid stream with.
They're both keeping track on paper and pad, and Alec is a very fast player.
Alec is the fastest player.
And Adam,
he's the opposite of Scotty Wright. Burn!
So, I mean, it's easy to ignore that, because you don't, when I play on here, I don't usually use pad and paper, just to remind myself to tick down the life counter, but I can see how you could forget to do that in the middle of all that.
It's really hard for me to even imagine a scenario in which you forget, because I never make mistakes. So, it's just tough for me to wrap my head around.
You're perfect. You don't want to hear the filth that spews from these people's mouths.
Let someone indicate we have a microphone?
Yeah.
I could switch to the camera audio. I leave that to muted.
That would be fun one day, just not telling them, turning it on. That would be very fun.
You know what?
We have a lot of background noise, though, from the guys.
Yeah, well, that's why I muted.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it would be pros and cons. Well, I should say that we're in here. Of course, I'm, as always, is Zachary Evans. I'm joined by Jonathan Wright and is Thomas McCalvin.
Yes.
Who came down with Steve, I believe, another one of our. You guys rode together, didn't you?
Yes.
Steve Weimer
Correct.
made the trip down, and Steve currently battling it out in the semifinals as well with his big Naya deck. What was I going to? I had something else I was going to say. Oh, we missed it while I was doing introductions. It's my favorite part of watching Adam Vickers play is the patented Adam Vickers 6-into-1 pile shuffle, where it starts as 6 different piles and at the end it's just a giant pile. Because it starts out like distinct, and then after a while he doesn't even care.
Right.
It's the funniest thing to me, because in that very small subsection of his life, I think it's a very good representation of Adam Vickers as a person. It's just like,
You're looking deep on that thing.
I'm going way deep on it. Adam checking his sideboard for some last minute possible changes before presenting here. Looking at the sideboards, it's basically blasphemous acts that are coming in for Vickers predominantly. I imagine the oozes are going to make an appearance too.
Do you like acts?
He's playing
Reckoner kill is
he's playing.
Okay, I forgot about Reckoner.
I don't know if I bring in the Burning Earth or not.
I would.
Yeah, I don't see why. It's not that
No,
bad.
why not?
But you can't take out the Legion Loyalist because it's relevant here. You might want to take out some number of, like, Hell Riders, maybe?
Spot removal, Searing Spear, I could see taking out.
Well, you're not going to take out the Pillars because he's playing, whatever. Madcap skills come out, I would think.
Yeah.
Madcap skills seem to come out every game, in which case I would probably take them out of my deck and put the Burning Earth in the main. It looks like Alec is going down to 6 here.
And Alec's bringing in Golgari Charm, Abrupt Decay, Death Ray Shaman.
Yes, anything to gain life. He has to bring in Charms.
Smite seems good.
Sure. Destroy target blocked or blocking.
And opposite that seems good.
Somebody needs to look at the map.
Yesterday against,
The dog track is, about, what, 10, 15 minutes.
if that, yeah, like 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I can, probably 10 minutes from the time I left my seat to the time I was in the parking lot, having parked my car. It's very close.
Madcap Authority, what? How would that? Maybe 1, 2 or more. Can only be blocked. So it's unblockable. This.
I don't know what Alpha Authority does.
It gives a hexproof, I'm pretty sure, and it can only be blocked by 1 creature. Yeah, so it's unblockable. Yep. Nailed it. Somebody played that against me thinking it was can't be blocked by 1 creature, and I blocked with my Augur Bolus and 2 for 1. And I felt bad. Okay.
Tragic Slip answering a turn 1 Stromkirk,
Who's coming out?
followed up with a Scavenging Ooze. And there's Verils, the Scar Striped.
Swing, he just, sacks. No. Never mind. He couldn't do that. He just takes it.
He doesn't have the mana to scavenge, is that what you're talking about?
No. I was, Alec, sack a regen on him, and then block with a Spirit and Morale. But it wouldn't work like that.
So Alec untapping here with Barrels and Doom Traveler. There's another Doom Traveler. Is Alec just going to get in there? Just an old-fashioned race. Does Abrupt Decay have a cannot be regenerated clause?
No. Can't be countered, destroyed, 3 or less. So, battle 10. Reckoning. Seems good.
There's a Reckoner. Does he have the Act? We're getting very close to death by Act. And it's something that Alec can't really play around. Like, he just has to have the Abrupt Decays for the Reckoners.
Right.
Alec down to just 2 cards in hand. Not looking very good for him. Going to scavenge on his Doomed Traveler onto his Spirit and go ahead and get in for 2. And just passes back. Serving in here to
Doom
block
Traveler on Reckoner, block withdrawals, and
sack. Yes, that's what I would do here.
Okay. Yo.
Gore Clan. Golgari Charm.
-1, or what's the function? Regen.
Regen all those dudes.
Sounds like it.
Still gets trampled through, right?
Oh, he remembered. He did tap them.
What?
He tapped them real quick before the end of his turn. From the regen.
Yep. So there's another Reckoner for Vickers, and Alec trying to stem the tide with a Voice of Resurgence, but it might be too little too late here. At least Alec is in a position where he does have a sack outlet, so he can effectively fog those Boros Reckoners, at least for a period of time. But he's under a tremendous amount
Get
of
him dead
pressure.
and gain some life before he feels blasphemous sack.
Until he draws one of his 2 Blasphemous Acts, which most certainly came in this matchup.
I feel the same way. Don't like it.
What?
Playing a deck where you can't draw cards out of your draw stuff.
So sacking Voice, scavenging on this. Alec has decided his route to victory here is a giant Spirit token. I mean, that's not a slight. That's like just a legitimate thing.
He gets over him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's able to do blocks like this.
Like I kiss.
Blocks like this. This.
Boros, or a Gore Clan Rampager.
How big was that? They're figuring it out. So right now that is a
7/7.
8.
What is it, 8?
2 counters and 4 from Gruul Aggro, plus 2.
Oh, I thought he did it on the Reckoner.
It looked like he did it on the ooze.
Well, they're sorting out the life totals here.
I mean, I would do it on the ooze because it's more damage trampling over. And plus he can eat it too to get another damage.
Mm-hmm.
So 9, take 8. I don't know what he's saying.
These guys move quickly.
Yeah.
How about a 3-pack of Boros Reckoners? That ain't good. Even if you scavenge, you can't scavenge anything because the ooze got there. Looks like 2 lands in Alec's hand. Is there any way he doesn't just die here?
Nope.
It's also interesting to note that though Adam is going to win with just the attack step, the Blasphemous Act off the top would be good for 39 damage.
Overkill.
It would only cost 3 mana. Never has there been more overkill.
Good call.
Yeah. It's like the understatement of the year. I think Alec's in a poor spot. He's going to shock himself for casting the Obsidizzle. No, we're casting it all the Lingering Souls.
So this is when still attack.
Drop him down to 9.
Oh, keep sack, that's right.
Yeah.
Legion Loyalist off the top.
Nickel Bolus? What you said?
So Legion Loyalist off the top.
Oh. Just attack with all my friends. There's no need to find the tokens because they're not going to live. I hear him say I'm going to block them all. And then sack them all to barrels, right?
Right. He's going to block the ooze with the brawls, and all the spirits are going to be on wreck, and he's going to sack them all to the brawls to regen them. And so the 1 damage can't be redirected to him.
Yep.
And the Pillar of Flame drops the 1. Alex clenches cheeks.
So he needs another Lingering Souls. He needs 2 Boros Reckoners, or a Reckoner and a Pillar of Flame. He needs his own Reckoner and Blasphemous Act. He needs Adam to get up and leave the store.
When in doubt.
Did he draw Fog? He doesn't have Fog in his list.
No, it's not. But he is bluffing it, so that maybe he won't attack. And random card, handshake.
There it is. What was the card in his hand?
We can find out.
No, he'll flip it here.
That's it.
Abrupt Decay.
Okay. Too little too late.
Yeah, stick your head out there and see if that one's over. Alright everyone, I have good news and bad news. The good news is that the last semifinal is over. Brandon Gibbs won in 3 games with the Gruul Aggro, taking out the big Naya deck of Steve Weimer. Unfortunately, or fortunately for them, but unfortunately for us, Adam Vickers and Brandon have both decided to split the prize pool, so they each get $125, and then I think Gibbs is going to win the entry into the Invitational, but those guys have decided to call it quits, so I apologize for the long wait in between last round and this round. That's unfortunately what we have to do in these kind of higher stakes situations, but that looks like it's going to be the last round we have for today, so I apologize for that. I do think it's lame, but I also have no control over it. If it was up to me, we'd see the finals, but at least that's what we got. We got 7 good rounds of Magic Day. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed what you saw today, make sure you follow us on our various forms of social media and click that follow button on your Twitch screen there. Sorry about that. Little break in the action, but anyway, like I said, thanks again for watching. This is probably the most people we've ever had watch our stream, and I appreciate your time. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any feedback or anything, feel free to send it to me on our various forms of social media or ZachSellsMagic@gmail.com. I'd love to hear it, and we hope to see you guys back here at some point in the future. Remember, every week, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, F&M stream. So check us back again. So thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you another time.